Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to see about the anatomy of stomach. So before going into the topic proper, let me mention you what are all the topics that we are going to cover in this video. So the topics are the definition of stomach, then its location, shape and position, size and capacity, then external features, that is it is divided external features, parts of the stomach, then relations, blood supply, lymphatic drainage, nerve supply and the interior of stomach. First coming to the definition of the stomach. See, stomach is a highly distensible organ, that too particularly in GIT, stomach is the most distensible organ, right? The upper end of the stomach is connected to the esophagus and the lower end it is connected to the upper end of the small intestine, that is the first part of the duodenum. And of course digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and lipids takes place in the stomach. Once again I am repeating the definition of stomach. See, stomach is a muscular bag and it is the widest and most distensible part of the gastrointestinal tract. Then the upper end of the stomach, it is connected to the esophagus, lower end of the esophagus, and the lower end of the stomach, it is connected to the upper end of the duodenum. Next coming to the location of the stomach. Actually the stomach lies obliquely in the abdomen, occupying the epigastric, umbilical and left hypochondriac regions. See, as I mentioned in the previous video on appendix, the abdomen, it is divided into 9 quadrants by 4 planes. One is the right lateral plane and the other one is the left lateral plane passing vertically through the abdomen, and the other one is the transpyloric plane and the other one is the transtubercular plane passing horizontally through the abdomen. See, these are the 4 planes. So these 4 planes divides the abdomen into 9 quadrants. One is the right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, left hypochondriac region, right lumbar region, umbilical region, left lumbar region, right iliac region, hypogastric region and left iliac region. Actually the stomach occupies the epigastric region, left hypochondriac region and the umbilical region. But remember that the stomach does not occupy the 3 regions entirely, but some portions of the 3 regions, that is the epigastric, left hypochondriac and umbilical region. So once again I am repeating the location. See, the stomach is obliquely placed in the abdomen and that too in the upper and left part of the abdomen. Then it occupies 3 regions, namely the epigastric region, umbilical region and left hypochondriac regions. Then most of the portion of the stomach lies beneath the left costal margins and the ribs. Coming to the next topic, that is the shape and position of the stomach. See, the shape of the stomach actually depends upon the distension of the stomach, and this distension, it in turn depends upon the contents within the stomach, that is the food, water and acid contents within the stomach. In a simple manner, that is, if the contents are more, then the stomach becomes highly distended. Then if the contents are less, the stomach becomes less distended. And the shape of the stomach, it not only depends upon its own distension but also the distension of the colon, that is the adjacent organ. It also depends upon the distension of colon, that is large intestine. So this shape of the stomach, it also varies from person to person, that is it is somewhat J-shaped or vertical in position in lean persons, and in obese persons it is somewhat horizontal. The shape also depends upon the degree of distension of the stomach. See, once again I am repeating the shape and position of the stomach. So the shape actually depends on the degree of its distension and also the distension of surrounding viscera, mainly colon, that is the large intestine. Then the shape of the stomach varies in different individuals, and also when the stomach is empty, it is J-shaped, it is vertical in shape, and if it is partially distended, it is pyriform in shape, and an obese person, it is horizontal in shape. Then the shape of the stomach, it can be determined by the radiographic examination after giving the barium meal. See, this is the picture of radiographic examination of stomach after giving the barium meal. You could notice here the fundus of the stomach, which is an air-filled space, and here you could see the greater curvature, and this is the lesser curvature of the stomach, and then this is the pylorus, and here you could see the duodenal bulb where the stomach continues with the duodenum. That is the first part of the duodenum. Next, coming to the size and capacity of the stomach. On an average, the size of the stomach is about 25 centimeters in length. And of course, the capacity varies with age. The capacity of the stomach, it varies with age. Let us see that one by one. As I already mentioned, on an average, the size of the stomach is about 25 centimeters in length, and the mean capacity, it varies, as I already mentioned, it varies with age, at birth, at puberty, and for adults. At birth, it is about 1 ounce. The capacity of the stomach, it is about 1 ounce, that is 30 ml. In puberty, it is about 1 liter, that is 1000 ml, and for adults, it is about 1.5 to 2 liters, 1500 to 2000 ml.